them off so long, they're there but can't be seen. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. Let's step up our game a bit and use those things we quit, and laugh and smile and say we're lucky to be alive. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. So you're bringing it, the start of the year. You know you got nothing but cheer. Your family and your friends, they are so proud of you. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. You're born who you are. You change what you have to. You're born who you are. You can change if you have to. You're born who you are. You must change 'cause you want to. It's time to focus on your dreams. Put them off so long, they're there but can't be seen. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. Let's step up our game a bit and use those things we quit, and laugh and smile and say we're lucky to be alive. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. So you're bringing it, the start of the year. You know you got nothing but cheer. Your family and your friends, they are so proud of you. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. You're born who you are. You change what you have to. You're born who you are. You can change if you have to. You're born who you are. You must change 'cause you want to. It's time to focus on your dreams. Put them off so long, they're there but can't be seen. But how hard do you try? You're lucky.
Good morning. My name is Darlene McCormick, and on behalf of the pastor, our Board of Trustees, we welcome you to Andrew Jackson Davis Educational Building for our Sunday service. At this time, we just want to remind you that it is mandatory to wear a mask during our services, and those who are speaking, we're allowed to not. We also do not allow personal recordings of this or other services, so we now ask that you turn off your cell phone, because you know if it rings, we'll all give you that look like we do. We were lighter challenged this morning. We usually begin our service by lighting our candles, and they do symbolize the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Please rise if you are able for the invocation. Infinite Spirit, we thank you for the blessings of this day, and for those gathered here, and for those listening online. Let us feel the light, the love, and joy that you bring to us and through us. Amen. Oh, please be seated. Located in the bulletin are our declaration of principles. So please join with me in reciting these principles together. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual, and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. Please refer to your bulletin also for the healing prayer and recite with me. Prayer for spiritual healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Now, for those who wish to receive spiritual healing, you can line up and take a chair towards that left of the room. The healers are sanitizing their hands after each healing in case you do have concern. We did reintroduce this valuable service a week ago. And while the healers are working, the rest of us will join in a guided meditation led by me. At this time, please settle into a comfortable position with your hands in your lap, palms up or down as you would like, feet resting flat on the floor. Close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out, releasing all tension in your face, neck, and shoulders. And as you again breathe in and out, a relaxed warmth moves ever downward through your throat, heart, and stomach, flowing naturally like water through your legs and feet. You join with that flow, and your mind releases all thought, allowing you access to your inner self, so you may see all the wonder that is you. Your thoughts take on a red sheen and a beauty that is the color of ruby red. Listen. Listen to your soul. I am safe. All my needs are being met. I am here in my body with infinite spirit, and all is well. I am open to new ideas and ways of thinking. Drifting on, your thoughts transition to orange. See orange. Breathe orange in, into you and around you. And here again. My feelings are the language of my soul. I express them in a healthy way. I use my creativity for a higher purpose, for I live in light and love. Breathe in orange and breathe out yellow. Bright sunny yellow, warming the soul with the power that is you. Hear now. Hear closely. Just by being me, I am valuable. I am open to spirit, for I am connected to greater life. I choose, and hear that again, I choose love, light, and healing. Breathe in the warm, bright yellow, and breathe out healing green light, emerald green. And listen. Listen again. Peace is the way of my life. I love myself so I can better love others. I forgive myself and others in a grateful, caring manner. Breathe in the green, the thoughts that surround you, and breathe out blue. Blue, the color of the sky. And here yet again, as you drift through your thoughts and up into the blueness, listen. I speak my truth lovingly. I I open myself to spirit with great clarity. I am deep within my soul, sharing that space with infinite spirit. For I listen with the ear of my heart. My intuition serves me well, for I am peaceful, tranquil, and serene. Going deeper within your thoughts, breathe in light blue and breathe out indigo, a deep, rich, dark blue. And float through that with grace. And here again. I see connections and the deeper truth. I dwell in the state of presence, for I am an eternal being. I open my eye to the light that is infinite. Drifting upwards through the rainbow of your thoughts. You will see purple, beautiful, pure purple that shines with the white that is spirit, the sheen that is the love and light of spirit. Grace flows from source to you and through you. You feel that grace, for you are one with the divine. And here again. I understand the deeper truth of suffering. I experience peace, love, and joy. Joy, joy. The joy that is yours. The joy that others feel. The joy that we are meant to feel. Spirit fills you, and you know that you are meant to be joyous. Completely filled with the love and light that is our God, that is infinite spirit. Let your thoughts swell and breathe. Breathe in, breathe out, and allow your thoughts to grow smaller. And for a few moments, simply drift. Drift in to the beauty and joy that is you. Just breathe. Just breathe. Drifting and floating. You will see the colors again. Purple with the white sheen that is the divine. Indigo. Deep blue indigo. Light blue, the color of the sky. Green, the center of your heart and love. Yellow, warm, sunshine yellow. That is the soul of you, the center of your power. And drifting back through orange. And now to the red, bright, beautiful ruby red. And begin to move in your chair. And feel those around you, the joy that is to your left, the joy and love that is to your right. And love yourself deeper than before. Align yourself very deeply. Stretch, breathe. Open your eyes when you are ready, for we are one. Thank you. Wow, that was fun. Would like to thank our healer today, Lori Carter, for sharing her gift. Please do know that we do have postcards, little yellow postcards, kind of that, but not. Fill them out if you had a healing resulting in a correction. It is very helpful to the healers and to our program as a whole. Thank you. Now we have a special treat because it is my honor to introduce Pauline Gold to speak with us today. Now she is a camp certified medium, healer, and a teacher, and in fact, in her day-to-day life, she is a teacher, an excellent teacher. So please raise the energy and welcome Pauline Gold. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Wonderful to be here with all of you, as well as thank you for everyone who's tuning in online. You ever have a word that just keeps on popping up in your awareness and in your mind? Well, the word breath keeps on popping up this year for me. And thank you, Darlene, for that beautiful meditation where she had that moment of just breathe. Just breathe. And it's such a simple thing to do. It's such a natural thing for us to be doing, breathing. But every once in a while, I know for myself, and I don't know about you, but when somebody says just breathe, I allow myself to go within myself a little bit more aware. And I allow myself to be aware of that breath and say, okay, wait a second, I usually shallow breathe. But when I say just breathe, all of a sudden I can feel that deeper breath that deeper awareness of, okay, yes, I can touch in with myself. I can be aware of what's going on within myself and within my body. And it's just a wonderful awareness of just taking that step and moving with life and just having that moment of observation, that moment of awareness. During this COVID time and not being able to really socialize and travel and do the things that we quote unquote normally do, I've been speaking to my mother more frequently than in the past. And there was something interesting that she told me the other week. And she's been planning trips. I think she is up to like 8 trips planned as soon as she's ready. And she said to me, when you're my age, you have to plan things to look forward to. And there's something poignant about this. Because we all have something to look forward to. And sometimes we have to be the ones that create that for ourselves. This morning, I wrote how much I love my friends and family. How grateful that I was that the sun came out this morning, especially after yesterday with the clouds. How good it felt to be able to walk. Just be able to move my body and just go for a walk, and how much I enjoy watching my cats play with their toys. I do this because I know that what we focus on grows. And so why not focus on the growing parts of our life that I love? Why not focus on that? One of our beautiful principles states, we affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness. We have to be the ones. We have to be the ones responsible for our happiness. And yes, even though it seems trite, it is important. And why? Tell me that your happiness doesn't make an impact on your home environment or your workplace. That it doesn't make an impact on our children or on any relationships. That your happiness doesn't make an impact on strangers or on your health. Tell me that your happiness doesn't make an impact on our planet. There's this wonderful quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, but just take the first step. For me, that resonated very strongly, because to me, is to get to where you want to be, you have to start walking in that direction. You don't have to sprint, but maybe be more of a marathon or just a leisurely walk. Because how we can create a manageable and enjoyable year where not pressure, but pleasure and joy is leading the way. Something to look forward to, things to look forward to, steps that we can take. A new beginning to arise. Because each day is a new beginning. Because beginnings are beautiful. They're full of promise and excitement and opportunity for change. And often, saying hello to something new means also saying goodbye to what you know. When you move to a new city, you say goodbye to another. When you start a new class, you may have to adjust your schedule and say goodbye to something else. Whether you're saying hello to a new habit, a relationship, the familiarity of who you were before. Because with that, beginnings become joyful, painful, exciting, uncertain, all at once. We get to create our own happiness or unhappiness. Because we get to stay focused on all that newness to avoid farewells. That doesn't make sense. But when you miss honoring that very best parts of what came before, we get to acknowledge the joy and the sorrow that we can bring from the love and the experiences into the new beginning, into that new step, into that new adventure and journey. The beauty of new beginnings is that they can happen any time, not just with the new year, but every morning is a new beginning. Every time the hour hand moves, it's a new beginning. Every breath is a chance to begin again. The true wonder of beginnings is that they are infinite. You can begin again whenever you like. And there's no end to how many beginnings that you can have. That is the magic of beginnings. That is the magic of creating our own happiness. We have so much to learn about new beginnings from nature. And I think about the butterfly. The journey from caterpillar to butterfly, because teaches us as we navigate change, transition, and steps into those new beginnings. Because that journey of the butterfly begins with its ending. We must end if a life lived on 16 legs. That caterpillar spins itself into a cocoon so new beginnings can become possible. And as that sleeping caterpillar or chrysalis waits, an interesting process starts to happen before the new beginning is realized, because it must struggle and push through to the new. And then we have to have patience to be able to move, to be able to fly. It has to dry its wings before it can start going and traveling and experiencing and exploring and all the wonderful things about life. You may be thinking of several endings that you have had or are having. Some are self-imposed, while others are forced upon us. Regardless of how they come, they are part of life and part of paving the way for what's next. Each day is a new beginning. It's a new beginning in our search for wonder and goodness. The only way that we can find it is if we set the intention to find it. What I love about the start of any day is that each morning, each day is a fresh start, a new beginning, a chance to do things differently. Every morning when I wake up, we have a new set of choices to make, and everything is up to us. How we choose to spend our time, what we give our energy and emotions to, is totally up to each of us. And for me, that beginning symbolizes the possibility of a new beginning or an improvement over what was. It can be a dream or hope of what can be. Life is a succession of beginnings. Every day, every hour, every moment in life, every one of us is confronted with new beginnings. Most beginnings appear small and insignificant, but if we think about it, nothing can be further from the truth, because everything that is starts with a beginning. And again, I go back to nature. The oak tree begins as an acorn. A flooding begins with a few drops of rain. Life-changing and creative inventions begins with an idea. The body begins with a cell. A book begins with a first sentence. The words, "I have a dream," inspire the beginning of a new phase in history. And a new, happier, more fulfilling life begins with an appreciation for the power of new beginnings. Yeah, beginnings may appear small and insignificant, but in reality, beginnings are the most significant things in one's life, because it's a step in a direction. Because to begin something is to cause that movement of energy. And an energy begins to move. Our life begins to move. Look at every endeavor, regard every moment and every day as the beginning of a new life, in which we have the opportunity to think newly, to feel newly, to act newly, to speak newly, and to live newly. Because every ending is always a new beginning. When something ends, something new begins. And each new beginnings is always a new opportunity. Because every ending that I've experienced in my life was because something new was beginning. In my life, if my life had never been full of endings and changes, everything I have experienced in my life would never have happened. I am where I am today because something in my past has changed. Something that ended has allowed me to experience new opportunities and challenges in my life. And all the results that have been positive, which does not mean that they have not been difficult, but they have always generated a change, an improvement, an opportunity, a potential for something new. If you look at your past, everything has ended and has allowed you to be where you are now. And if you think about it, in my case, in your case, things have ended. Relationships, jobs, ways of thinking, experiences, and each of those endings have put you in a place where you are today. The life that I have is the result of many endings. Because every new opportunity and challenge that I have experienced was possible because something ended at some point in my past. When something ends, then something new begins. And it's that wonderful cycle with life. We must remember that when one door closes, another door opens. When one chapter ends, another one begins. And it's in our own hands. We create that happiness. We can, when it's in our own hands, that possibility of writing a new and more wonderful story, we get to create. We get to move that forward. We move that energy. We are the creators of our destiny. We are the creators of our happiness. An end is always a new beginning. Therefore, we have the opportunity to start over. But we must let go of what is no longer there, to give a new place in our lives of what is waiting for us. Because life is changing constantly, and that is what makes this life so wonderful and so amazing. Because every day is filled with choices. A few days ago, I found a letter that I had written to myself on New Year's Eve in 2019, describing how I wanted 2020 to unfold. And I described what I wanted to accomplish for my career, the kind of people I wanted to be that I wanted to surround myself with, and most importantly, how I wanted to feel through it all. And to my surprise, I noticed how much I actually had accomplished. I noticed that my vision, focus, and intentions had placed me in the right direction throughout the year. Because when I thought about it in previous years, when I did quote unquote New Year's resolutions, my focus had been about achieving things, such as exercising 3 times a week, eating only healthy foods, quitting bad habits, those concrete things. And then by the time mid-January came, you just gave up on those. This time, however, my focus was on working toward the vision of the future that I desire, that I want, while growing and enjoying myself in the process. In simple terms, making sure I was happy while working toward working towards a compelling future for myself. So whenever I put down a goal, I also make sure to define how I wanted it to feel, how I want to feel about it. And it's not about overwhelming ourselves by setting too big goals or expecting things to be perfect, because I don't know about you, but I keep on learning, okay, there is nothing is ever really perfect. But it's that trying and that effort. And you don't always have to analyze why you decided to do something, or where you went wrong, or where it all started. Sometimes you can just stand where you are, decide you want something different. And that can just be that beginning point, that beginning step. I want to do something different. I want something different. And then do something about it, that action. I realize in doing this, even though change can be scary, it can be sometimes feeling downright refreshing, like that first breath, when you sit there and say, I'm just going to breathe, and just connect with yourself. The thing we sometimes don't realize is how in charge of our lives we really are. We think change can come from the outside, that we have to be recipients of change. Something needs to happen to us before we get to do something about it. But really, the change happens within us, our intentions, our purpose, that step that we take, that we want to do something, that we want something different. Last year was not at all like we expected it to be. So many of us were excited about what a year 2020 vision would look like. Remember that 2020 vision? Well, it may not have been the vision we expected. 2020 surely had taken us to a deeper level of sight. The beginning of a new year, the beginning of a new day, the beginning at this time is the perfect time to remember that success is accomplished one step at a time. So here's to a year filled with possibilities. Here's to a year filled with first steps, and here's to a year filled with new beginnings. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Pauline Gold. I knew it would be wonderful. Okay, there is a prosperity bowl in the back, and I'm supposed to point at it. It says so right here. We thank you in advance for your donations. Our live stream viewers may visit our website, Cassadaga.org, and click the donate button. And again, thank you in advance for your generosity. And this is used for buildings and keeping the camp running. And just as an aside, Colby Temple actually passed an inspection on one of the main issues, the truss. The electrician is pulling a smaller job on the electric. The doors are ready for the push bars. All of these things have been code mandated and actually threatening to be open. I'll leave it at that. Please assume an attitude of prayer. We thank you. We thank you for all of those who have donated to the upkeep and the care of our camp. We thank you for all of the joy and the love that we feel here in this room today. Amen. And it's announcement time. Now, next Wednesday, on January 27th, our message bearer for a demonstration of spirit service will be the Reverend Dickie Joe Mullen. Next Sunday, that's already January 31st. It went by fast. The speaker for this service will also be the Reverend Dickie Joe Mullen. Every Sunday, we have Adult Lyceum, also known as Sunday School, from 9:30 to 10:15 here in the Andrew Jackson Davis Educational Building. And next Sunday, our Lyceum speaker will be Ray Carroll. Paper clips fighting back. To participate in absentee healing, Print the first name and first initial of the last name of a loved one or a pet in our healing book, and that is on this back table here. Every Thursday, a healing meditation circle is held from 11 a.m. to noon here in the Andrew Jackson Davis. Healing is sent to those on the absentee healing list, and all are welcome. This service, as well as Sunday Lyceum and Sunday service, are live streamed through our Facebook page and YouTube channel. And if you haven't been to the Healing Circle and are able, please do make that effort, because it's very nice. It's very healing for yourself as well. Now, at the entrance, we have a Sunday bulletin. The entrance over here to the door. Sunday bulletin and the activities for the month. Please take these home with you. And you can take extra if you would like for any friends or family. And other announcements, we have a workshop this afternoon presented by the Reverend Claire Van Cott. Now, it is advanced mediumship. All are welcome. And that will be here 2 to 4, and the cost is $25. We'll be talking about working with the public, focusing on private readings, public demonstrations, gallery readings, evidential mediumship, psychometry with photos, and personal items. And we'll even touch on phone readings. It sounds like an awful lot, doesn't it? Very fun. And also, save the date. We have our Heart of Spirit Gala Day coming up, and that is Saturday, February 13th. It is from 10 to 4. And at that time, we really have a whole sampling of the community. There'll be mini readings, hourly demonstrations. There will be swag bags, that means little gifties, to the first 500, 50-50 raffle, mini seminars. And again, this brochure is out in the Welcome Center. Please come if you are able. And on February 14th, we will have our traditional renewal of wedding vows. So during the regular Sunday service, the pastor will renew the marriage vows for those couples in the audience who want to recommit their love to each other. It's just that time of year. Certificates will be provided to those who participate. Please call the office and make sure they know that you are wishing to participate in that very nice service. Okay. At this time, we would like to thank our live stream viewers for joining us today, and we look forward to spending time with you again. Thank you so much.
Your eyes shining brighter. Your heart